I'm Andrew Trygg from PSTC. Your 2-minute training starts now. Today I want to take another opportunity to speak about the fire and law enforcement world that many of you dispatch for. We routinely ask great questions specific to officer safety when it comes down to a law enforcement call. So much so that when we were in training, we all had beaten into our heads, ask about weapons, what kind of weapons do they have? Remember, weapons aren't only guns. We've gotten that down in a law enforcement world, but have we gotten that down in a firefighting and EMS world? Most likely not. Now, I recognize that some of your agencies are protocol driven and therefore you have to ask questions in a certain order. But if you have any sort of freedom or any sort of liberty to ask better questions or perhaps more in-depth questions, I'm going to challenge you to add a few to your question bank. Number one, obviously weapons. Even if you're sending somebody out, the firefighters or the EMS professionals out to an everyday medical call or perhaps to a structure fire or maybe even somebody choking, ask about any sort of violent tendencies. Does the person that's choking have any sort of violent tendency towards fire or EMS? Is there anything that we should be aware of? You know, we also think about our active listening skills. As the call taker, do you hear anybody screaming in the background, indicating that if the firefighters show up, I'm going to kill them, I'm going to shoot them, I'm going to do something to them? Again, we focus on this in the law enforcement world, but sometimes forget about it in the firefighting world. Another aspect of this is structure fires or any long, drawn-out incident. Many of your communication centers or command posts have a built-in alert timer that, let's say, after maybe 12 to 15 to sometimes even 20 minutes, your computer will recommend that you do a PAR check or a safety check with the on-scene incident commander. A lot of you do it because your computer tells you, but do you truly understand why you're doing it? Certainly, after a good portion of time, perhaps 15 or 20 minutes, the building has weakened itself, and therefore it's become more of a hazard for the firefighters or for the professionals that are on scene from the EMS or ambulance services. So that's one of the reasons that we do it. But nonetheless, there's a lot of other good reasons that we should be representing a higher level of safety for those first responders from the fire and medical side of the house as well. Get out of your communication center, go visit them and see what guidance they might be able to provide to you. Because remember, a good day is when everybody goes home safe. And that's your 2-minute training. See you next time.